I was going backwards for no apparent reason in that.
I can't let anything go.
I've noticed. You're just a little stickler.
Stickler.
I don't know, the first one really just didn't hook me. The driving was horrendous, and I've heard they've fixed it. They've also chilled out on the tone of it. They've made it
a bit cooler.
Trent. I find like when they do that, it's really lame though. I felt that way about Infamous Second Son. Like they tried to make all the characters real trendy, but they're actually like scenester weirdos.
The more I think about it, the more I like Second Son. It was a good game.
Second Son's gameplay was fantastic. The villain was pretty chill. Other than that, it was like, you know. Yeah. The powers were really cool, I thought.
Yeah.
Like the digital one and like...
and the neon.
They really nailed it. But this looks like a bit more of a... I don't know. I don't really get it. Honestly, I don't really care. That's a wait for reviews.
It's a video game.
But, Watch Dogs 2, it's real. It's happening.
Yeah, no, it's happening.
We might not have wanted it, but it's coming anyway.
That was one of the many leaks. This came out pre-E3.
I think they actually announced it, maybe.
Yeah, I think they did.
Before E3. And then finally, we've got Steep. Steep is an action sports game that takes players to the open world of the Alps and Alaska. The game offers a variety of sports, including skiing, wingsuiting, snowboarding, and paragliding. Sounds pretty cool.
It's an open world extreme sports game.
Yeah, sounds kind of cool. I've for years have been like, how have they not just made one game that's surfing, skating, snowboarding? Like
they have, dude. It's called California Games, and it was on the NES.
Yeah,
NES.
What's
Mega
that?
Drive. I think it was on the Mega Drive.
What's the Mega Drive?
It was my childhood, dude.
What was that NES thing?
It was just like with Xbox and Sony, I backed the wrong horse and was all about Sega to start off with.
It's okay. It wasn't your fault. Your parents just bought you what your parents bought you.
My dad loved California Games.
All right, so now let's just quickly hustle backwards and go to Microsoft press conference where, real quickly, before we get into the big dog, they had an exclusive Final Fantasy 15 demo.
I haven't seen
that. Or not demo,
one.
sorry, but a trailer, gameplay
trailer.
I
haven't seen it.
And apparently people were ragging on it.
People rag on shit. This is the internet.
Well, I haven't seen it either. I was just hearing that it was a really... that nothing was explained. They were in a big fight, but like it was very awkward and you couldn't really see what was going on. And
yeah.
So it sounds like something Square Enix would do. Good job, guys. You're really hitting it out of the park.
Okay. We'll talk about the one they showed during the Sony conference a little later.
And, we'll talk about that, won't we? And then they announced that Scorpio is real.
It is real, and you know what's really funny? It looks a lot like a PS4. Just not so angular.
We've done this already.
Sorry, I'm
not
thinking
the Scorpio.
of the little one.
They announced the Slim, what they call it, the Xbox One S.
Yep.
It's taken a leaf out of Apple's book. It seems a bit odd to me, but
it looks like a white PS4 without the angles.
Yes, and they finally... I don't see... This is what blows me away is like, it is so much smaller than the Xbox now, and the power supply is inside.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
Like, how did they fuck up that first one so bad?
They're what do they say? They're what's the Apple thing? They're like designers, not technicians. They're all about like Microsoft is the opposite. They're all about like what actually like rather than what it actually
aesthetics.
looks like. Yeah,
that's fair.
Fuck, that was a reach.
They announced the Scorpio is real. It is legit as powerful as everyone said.
6 teraflops. And this is my theory. I haven't even said this to you. I feel like, so we'll get to Sony, but they came out right before E3 and said Neo is real. That's the new news. Neo is real, but it won't be at E3. And I feel like they got wind of this Scorpio thing, confirmed it for themselves, and I think they're going back to the drawing board.
See, I said this was one of my predictions, is that I thought with this news, because it was a week or two before E3, they dropped the Scorpio leaked.
And it wasn't confirmed, though.
It wasn't confirmed, but it leaked, and it was pretty, I think, as solid as when Neo leaked.
Yeah.
And I feel like, PlayStation saw that and were like, we got to at least match it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing, too.
And so they said it was real, but I don't know. When I was reading the article about them confirming Neo, it didn't sound like they were changing it. It sounded like they were just confirming the rumors.
I gotta say, that's going to be a problem for me. If the Neo comes out and the Neo is 30% less powerful than the new Xbox, like, that's an issue.
I'm interested, right, in this because let's not forget that in theory the PS3 was always more powerful than the Xbox One, but because the Xbox One had a huge market advantage, like leading the market, games began to cater for the what some may call lesser hardware, even though PS3 architecture was garbagely like difficult to code for and whatnot. They seem to always tend to focus on the leading platform. So whether or not Xbox releasing a Scorpio that has 6 gigaflops or whatever you call them, I don't know if any developer except Microsoft internally is going to really push that.
It is raining here, by the way. I'm hoping that's not picking up.
It might be, but we're going to push through it. It's a nice sultry tone.
It's beautiful.
And also, it's got to be expensive.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think they can hit that $499 or whatever they were charging for an Xbox One at launch.
No, I'd say maybe $800.
Yeah, I think they're going to do like what they do with the Elite.
Yeah, console.
And be like, if you really want it, you're going to pay for it.
So this is interesting.
No, not the Elite console. I meant the Elite controller. But
yep.
I didn't specify. It was my bad.
It's funny too because Microsoft, their conference was really good. They sort of just came out with a whole bunch of stuff. Like we should maybe cover just a little bit cursorily. We got new gameplay.
Gears of War 4, they had Battlefield 1 at theirs, as Sony has kind of aligned themselves with Activision and Call of Duty.
Gears of War was incredible. I don't know if you watched the trailer, but it's...
I'm going to. I haven't had a chance to go over it yet. I like that they're kind of linking PCs and Xboxes.
Yeah, that was huge. So... new games
Xbox
going forward.
Anywhere.
Yeah, Xbox Anywhere will mean Xbox One exclusive titles will also come to Windows 10 enabled PCs.
So I'm down because it means without buying an Xbox, we can maybe play co-op Gears of War.
Beautiful.
Which is all I really care about.
Yep.
Forza 3, don't really care. Recore.
I don't know. It's meant to be amazing, but I don't know anything about it.
I've heard good things. What's the one? Scalebound.
Scalebound looked sick.
Well, Platinum Games is developing it, and apparently last year when they showed Scalebound, it was looking like hot street trash.
Well, it looked a lot better this year.
So I don't know. The last Platinum Games has not had a good track record of late.
Yep.
And they're still stretched pretty thin at this point, so let's hope they can pull something out of their butt.
The big one was Sea of Thieves. That's a cooperative, cooperative pirate game.
Yeah, that
so
does
think
look great.
Assassin's Creed, Black Flag with all your buddies.
Final Fantasy 15, as we said. Killer Instinct.
Don't care.
Inside.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. And then the one that you showed me, We Happy Few.
Now this was the most intriguing game.
Looks pretty cool.
I saw before the Sony conference. Yeah, so this is like BioShock meets A Clockwork Orange in my mind. Very English.
Yep.
Very creepy.
It's almost got like a BioShock-y, Dishonored sort of vibe going.
Yep.
But it seems like this community are all on these happy pills.
They're called Joy. It's called Joy.
Have you had your joy this morning?
Yes.
And it seems like...
And it's almost a hallucinogen.
Yeah, it almost alters what they're seeing. So there's a scene in the trailer where he's invited to a party where they're hitting a piñata.
Yeah.
And then it looks like his joy wears off and the piñata is actually like a dead rat. And they're all like eating its insides and shit.
And then they realize he's not on his joy.
He's a downer.
Yeah,
We've got a downer.
And then they pull an alarm and he's just getting chased by these bobbies that look
druggies will
fucking
get that.
terrifying.
Yeah. It looks interesting. I'd be keen. The developer said in regards to a PS4 version, never say never.
Yep.
So I'm going to probably, in my mind, hold this akin to the original BioShock, maybe a year.
Yep. Interesting that we didn't get any Tomb Raider.
We'll get there. It's all coming in the PlayStation. Let's wrap up this Microsoft malarkey.
Okay.
Gwent, the Witcher card game is real. It's happening. Get into it.
Snore.
Tekken 7 on Xbox. Tekken 7?
Oh, that is weird.
What the fuck is that?
That is really weird. I don't care, but it's weird.
Neither do I. They say Q1 2017, but it is coming to PS4 as well. But it seems, maybe it's because PS4 kind of aligned itself with Street Fighter and Sega. So maybe Tekken was like, well, fuck you guys. Dead Rising 4. Scalebound, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2. I know you were a fan of that.
Yeah, I'm hugely pumped for that.
But that should be on Windows as well.
Yeah, I'll play it on PC.
And then Halo Wars 2, which, again, you might be jazzed on, I don't know.
I didn't see the trailer. I liked the original Halo Wars.
Yeah, I just remember you playing it, that's all.
Yeah, I did like that.
And that was really it for Microsoft, but we're not here to talk about Microsoft.
We're not.
Here to talk about the big dog, Sony E3 2016.
Okay, so let's set the scene. I wish you'd never gotten that out. So to set the scene, Microsoft was looking pretty hot right there, and it was sort of
They
like...
dropped a bomb.
Yeah.
And they kept on forgetting.
It was sort of like your move, Sony. And so, cut to my little loft. Me, Govinda, and of course our tech bitch Jack. We're all chilling down, broing down. We tune in. The guys, they've got a full orchestra. It was actually Bear McCreary from Battlestar Galactica's symphonic orchestra.
Yeah, it was fucking brutal.
Like
too.
they,
It was such
yeah.
such a way to start a conference. And in my heart of hearts, it felt like Bloodborne 2.
Oh, we were trying to guess what it was.
And I was like, Bloodborne 2, it's coming up. And then...
Wait, hold up. So how are we going to do this?
I've got it.
Okay, cool.
They've updated it, I think.
But we should also go through our predictions at the same time. So how about...
No. Let's go through the whole thing, and then at the very end, we'll round up our predictions.
I feel like that's covering ground twice.
No, because we're not going to have to talk about it again. We'll just be like, this happened,
Oh, yeah,
0
fair
points,
call.
this happened.
Fair call.
Yeah, okay. So look, they start off this awesome symphonic orchestra playing some awesome tunes, very dark and ominous.
Yep.
Boof, God of War.
Yeah, although it wasn't apparent immediately. Like,
No, we were thinking Hellblade, which
Yeah,
wasn't spoken about at all.
could have been anything. It was like a little Norse boy talking to someone in the shadows, and it turned out that it was Kratos.
Yep, old Kratos with a
very-
young boy, his son apparently.
Yeah, who was very scarred, the young boy.
Yeah, and also, if I'm not mistaken, Kratos' wife and son were murdered by Greek gods.
I was thinking this is like a new family.
Well,
Like
yeah,
moved
he's
on.
old, so I feel like he's moved on.
Yeah.
It just seemed, the way he was talking to him, like, did your mother taught you this? Like, he
It
wasn't...
seems like she's dead again.
Well, like, she's dead, but also that he wasn't there.
yeah, maybe he's been
Like,
off.
he's only just shown up, maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to know why he's in the north as well, like where...
And he's looking very, very disheveled with his beard.
yeah, but he's still
But
brutal.
he's still brutal. It's kind of nice. He had a bit of emotional range.
Yeah, he wasn't just yelling
He wasn't
at
just
things.
yelling Calliope
Well, he did start yelling later.
at some point, but he had a motivation to yell.
Yeah.
It wasn't the normal. And some RPG elements.
Yeah, that was interesting. So he was gaining experience for teaching his son to do things.
Like tracking 25 XP.
Yeah, so that's cool. It also, like, it looks fucking incredible.
Yeah, there seems to be... We'll get to it as we go through, but there seems to be a bit of a trend that
Yeah.
everything looks like The Last of Us.
This was very much like he was like Joel and the son was like Ellie. And, like, he was teaching him things.
So yeah, God of War, and it looks great. He's got he's got an axe that he imbues with like magic.
Yep.
The kid was rocking a bow and arrow,
They fought a troll.
trying to hunt a deer, fought a huge troll. Great trailer. I actually want to watch all of these trailers again
In HD.
'cause
We were
the
streaming.
The stream was a little sketch.
It was a little bit. So that was like a huge way to start the show, and like before you could even catch your
And
breath.
it was a long one too, like a good 5-minute trailer.
Yeah.
And it was just looks really like I wasn't a big fan of God of War. I played God of War 3. It was good fun, but like I didn't care about Ascension and stuff. But this, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm going to play this.
Yep.
And which is odd because it's a franchise I've never really associated with.
It was nice to see as well. It was Sean Layden, right?
Sean Layden, yes.
Sean
correct.
Layden, acknowledging the Orlando shooting tragedy over there
Yes,
over the weekend.
Terrible news.
Terrible news. It was good, you know, like the Bethesda guys wore the pins
Yeah.
and stuff. And I know, like, it's kind of a disconnect, but it, you know, the games industry doesn't exist in a vacuum. You kind of do need to.
It's also when, I don't know, when you're pushing so many games that is just...
Especially, like, violent games.
Yeah.
You should at least be like, all right, we're aware of this. Like, we're not just fucking heads down.
And then...
Yeah, so without missing a beat, drop straight into what we thought was Dead Don't Ride.
But Sony Ben drops Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Which I tweeted is Sons of Anarchy meets The Walking Dead.
Yeah, pretty accurate from what I can see. We'll just go straight to the end of the conference because they actually showed gameplay after, like, the trailer was the second thing you saw. And then
Yeah.
at the very end, they showed maybe a 4 or 5 minute gameplay excerpt.
And this was fucking ridiculous.
At first, again, it was the classic, this looks just